Do my people, it's your boy ChanceJolivette, aka Smooth, back with another video. It's late night. I was watching UFC, so that came before P-Valley. So I was late watching that, watching the fights. Then had to jump to P-Valley, so that's why the episode is coming real late. But oh well. But anyways, this is P-Valley, season 2, episode 5, White Knights. Y'all gonna either like my take on this, agree with it, or some people just gonna hate. Y'all gonna be like, nigga, y'all might be mad at my take on this one. This the worst episode of P-Valley that they done had, man.
Hate it.
And they had the episode, the one that everybody hated, the nasty episode. This one was worse than that. But anyways, this episode is told like a Disney movie. The story of Cinderella, of Miss Mississippi, and why she is the way that she is. She was the black sheep of the family. They had the white knight that took her in and this and that. Let's get to it, man. So they have this ball of the baddest bitches and stuff. And who's the baddest? And they got the dime or whatever. They got Jocelyn and a whole bunch of stripper Hall of Famers and stuff. But the baddest one of all, Keyshawn. I would have thought it would have been Mississippi, because whenever they was all together, I always still thought that that Mercedes was still the like the headliner or something. But it's Keyshawn. So Mississippi was the baddest of them all. And anyways, so they do their thing and stuff. Rome, he's talking to her. It's like he's trying to save her. That's what it seems like in conversation. Oh, I'm trying to save you and take you on the road and get you away from your situation and stuff. Bring you to a better place and this and that. Like 3 6 Mafia say, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Because Diamond tried. She don't want to be saved. Leave her alone. Mississippi origin story. She was a cheerleader. Well, she tried to be a cheerleader. She was doing all this and that. Her sister was better. Her sister and them was light skinned. She was dark. We see the beginning where she meets the white devil. And I'm not saying all white people are white devils. Derrick is a white devil. That motherfucker is a white devil. And Derrick was her first white knight. He jumped in to save her when she was acting stuck up or something. And the black dudes talked about it. You ain't all that anyway. You dark and this and that. So Derrick, you not going to talk to her like that and stuff. It's very ironic. You saving her and then you end up being the person that beats her worse than anybody on the face of the planet. But he got some hands. He's whipped all the brothers on the football team, this white cheerleader. 40 years old in high school and shit. Beating up on the football team. Yeah, motherfucking right. Yeah. Whatever. What the fuck ever. Yeah, Derrick is gonna beat up the football team, the fucking cheerleader, the white boy. Cheerleader, he's gonna beat up 3 niggas. Hey, get the fuck on with that bullshit. But then he doesn't get suspended because he's the star cheerleader, but all the brothers on the football team, they get suspended. For them to have a cheerleading title, but the football team, they don't matter.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, whatever. I know it's Mississippi and they prejudice and all that shit. But you think the cheerleader squad gonna have precedence over the football team? We see back home, or Keyshawn, whatever, Mississippi. Her mama was toxic as hell. Like, she dealing with all this black stuff and this colorism. Her mama, her stepmama, is the one that really put that in her. Because she has her daughters and stuff, and they're very light-skinned, mulatto, whatever you want to call them. She stole the husband She stole Mississippi's daddy, so she got her family, and they have taken over. And so Mississippi is the black sheep because she's dark and stuff. The daddy, he don't take up for anything because, of course, his light-skinned family gonna take precedence over her and stuff. So that's some of the first toxicity that she had to deal with. We go back to school and we see her being with the people and stuff, how she is treated, whatever. She leaves, she's walking in the rain. Derrick pulls up on her and they end up going on their little date. They got Mercedes' mama, she working at the diner and stuff. You gonna pay for her and this and that? So we see Mercedes' mama, she used to, I don't know, she always toxic and whatever. She was working. And then Mississippi, she looking at all the other black people and she's like, I
don't like that shit. For sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
Looking at all of them, they all seem light-skinned or whatever, and she's like, she feels crazy about that. Like, okay, it's Mississippi, backwoods Mississippi. All they're gonna have is done with light-skinned people. They ain't gonna have dark people that's gonna be on your level or whatever. And then a lot of people on the football team, they were talking about you. They was black as hell too, and they was talking about how you black, and that bothered you. But they black. You could have said your ass black too. They get ready to go to the dance or whatever. Everybody is taking the pictures and stuff. They like, Keyshawn, take the pictures. Since you ain't got no date or whatever, she's sitting there eating ice cream or whatever. She's in Cinderella mode. The White Knight, Moon Knight, he comes to the door and he has a suit on, a dress and everything. Like, she didn't know she was going to the thing. He just showed up with a suit on and everything. And yeah, okay. So they go to the dance. They have a ball. Oh, this is her Cinderella moment. She ends up giving the draw. She GTD at the end. She get her draws to him. This is the night that seems like she got pregnant for her child and stuff. She got in. She was sneaking in the house. Her stepmama was like, because they had beefed earlier, so she thought she was gonna be on top of her head or whatever. She like, nah, you good. Your sisters, they still not back. But you didn't pick that dress, did you? You better watch when a man is buying you things or doing this, because he can buy something for somebody else and he can replace you or do this and that and stuff. So she going through something as well because she stole Mercedes. She stole her Mississippi daddy. So the same way you get him, the same way you lose him. He probably cheating with another woman or something. So they going through their thing. She talked earlier. She was talking to Derrick and stuff. She seen Derrick have bruises and stuff. She like, yeah, I know that wasn't from cheerleading and stuff. So your daddy was beating on you or whatever. So that was the beginning of his beating roots. His daddy used to beat him. We get back to present day, and Keyshawn, she back, she done danced, she done got all this money and stuff. They got money everywhere, and they back in the room, they talking and this and that, they clowning around, and Lil Murder and Big T, they got a little tension between them. And she look at, she look at Rome or she look at Wody. And she like, in the subtitles, are these niggas fucking? And homeboy look back at her. I think these niggas fucking. So that was funny as hell, but it was like, uncomfortable, but it was like, we know what happened. Yeah. We get back to her when she was pregnant and stuff, and it seemed like she always was taking care of homeboy, because whenever he got her pregnant, he was privileged for a little while, but his family, they kicked him out. They like, you what, this nigger, you not gonna be with her? And Keyshawn, her daddy and them, they kind of kicked her out as well, but at least they gave her a little bit of something. They gave her a little bit of change or something to get on her feet, but she working, she big and pregnant, working and stuff, and homeboy's talking to her, and she at the beginning she was a bitch and stuff. She was complaining about a bunch of little shit, Cause she was very bougie. She comes from a privileged background and stuff. She was bougie as hell. So, but she don't deserve what she got. But she set him off, but she didn't deserve that. But homeboy, he choked the fuck out of her. So he basically killed her. And then she popped back up. She tried to go back to her family. They like, we sorry, Keyshawn, but you made your bed. Your bed, you got a lane. I can't have you around my daughters with no baby and stuff. And your daddy, he said you can't come back. And so she had to go back and be with Moon Knight. And so that was the beginning of it, because she's like, what can I do? I ain't got nowhere else to go. I gotta kind of make this work with him because I have nowhere else to go. He got the upper hand, whatever. And it's a cycle. Because whenever she goes back, she sees roses and all kind of flowers and stuff. How you buy all them roses? Motherfucker broke. He broke, but got all these flowers and stuff. And I'm never gonna do this to you again, Keyshawn. I'm sorry. We get back to present day. Rome. He's trying to flirt and stuff. He comes at Keyshawn. She's like, that's not what I do. Like, yeah, I dance or something, but I provide a fantasy. I'm in control. I'm not doing nothing with these people. He like, yeah, that's all good, but you gonna give me this pussy. So he tries to rape Keyshawn. And then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna put it into all this shit. And Lil Murder, he ain't gonna be popping either way. Because homeboy is the F word. He's a maggot. And I got this video, and he showed the video, and you can hear it. That's nasty. But, so he showed the video or whatever, and then he jump on her. She gets away from him, luckily, and she runs to Wody. I'm like, man, I hope she don't leave and run to Wody, and he tried to do the same thing. But he seems like he's a kind of a pretty good dude. Like, he takes her for who she is or something. Even earlier, he like, I don't like your hair. I like the hair that grow out your head. Like, you a chocolate sister. I love you being a chocolate sister. You ain't gotta try to be no European beauty standards and stuff. You have some long ass blonde hair. Like, be who you are. You a beautiful lady. And even Uncle Clifford is narrating the episode. He's like, she was the baddest. She just didn't know that she was. She gets home because she's had a bad stay of it on the tour or whatever, because homeboy tried to rape her. So she gets back home. Derrick, seems like he having a good little time with the kids or something. Nah, and making the food. But her little boy is tripping. Or her little boy or daughter or something. I don't know what it is. But tripping like, and she like, yeah, something wrong. Take him to the doctor, to the pediatrician or whatever. Elbow is dislocated. Then find big ass whelps on the back. Like, he been beating on this child. So she goes to confront him. Child Protective Service, CPS, they need to come in and take them children. Because you stand with this cracker. And he beating your ass. And now he beating your children and shit. Evidently, you ain't gonna do nothing. Child Protective Service, they need to step in and take the motherfucking child. Because you ain't gonna do shit. But anyway, she tries to get into his face. You can beat me, but you ain't gonna beat my children. He beat the fuck out of her. So he whip on her and stuff. He tear her ass up. But then he goes and he have the iron to her face. Anywhere but my face. Anywhere but my face. I'm like, yeah, that'd be fucked up. Because if he burn her face, like, that's a wrap for all of them. Because he ain't about to get hired nowhere. And why ain't nobody gonna hire this white man in Mississippi?
What?
Yeah, I'm think you white privilege would you'll be able to get some kind of job, but I don't. Anyways, so yeah, he don't burn her face and stuff, but it's just a messed up situation. Like, it's all fucked up. Then we get to the end of the episode, and homeboy, they having a big orgy party or whatever and stuff. So Wody, he goes talk to Rome. I got these drugs for you. Talk boss business and stuff. Oh, well, like, you do it first. Like, I don't trust you. You take a little bump, but he didn't take the bump of what he gave him. Gave him some fentanyl pills. If you know anything about that fentanyl, It's a wrap. So Rome, he overdose, OD and stuff, and Wody talking to him. Wody deals with death. Like, he's a funeral director and stuff. He's used to death. So he's talking his funeral stuff, and yeah. He's trying to get the video back from him. But anyways, the end of the episode, Rome, yeah, he gone. So I don't know what they're going to do with the rest of the tour, who's going to be the business person, who's going to be funding stuff, because Rome, he did play a purpose. But yeah, we shall see. I did not like this episode. This episode was trash. Keyshawn, of all of them to have a episode of herself, I would have rather see Autumn's origin story, her whole story, Uncle Clifford's whole origin story. I would have way rather seen Mercedes' origin story, like, completed than Mississippi. Did not want to. Out of all the characters, I hate her and Derrick the most. They make my stomach turn every time they get on the motherfucking screen. So I did not want to see Mississippi for a whole hour. Yeah, she is fine in the motherfucker. She bad. But I can't stand her motherfucking ass. She toxic. She let that white boy do all kind of shit. That white boy get on the screen and do all this. She pulled the gun out on Diamond. Fuck Mississippi. I don't want to see no Mississippi. And so I had to watch Mississippi for a whole hour. This episode was trash. Trash! Yeah. Let's see. Hopefully it goes up. Last episode, it was good other than the nastiness, because everybody was covered in their eye, and it lost a lot of fans with that last episode. They did too much. And this episode, I don't know if it gained back any fans as well. I didn't want to see I didn't want to see Moon Knight beat on this black woman or something for at least 20 minutes of the screen and whatnot. Like, when is she gonna have her "I'm your Ren Yen Kyo" moment, and she gonna fight back? And what would have made this episode good is whenever she went back to the house and she was doing like this, if she would have pulled a gun out from her back thing and shot his motherfucking ass in the chest, I would have said, best episode of all time. But since she didn't do that and he beat her ass again and stuff, episode was trash. That's my thoughts, man. Like, comment, subscribe, be aggressive, the most hated, man. Sorry I wasn't the most upper about this episode. I hated this episode. This episode was doo-doo. Peace.